Typically on my channel, we look at fictional stories, or stories that have a truth behind them, but fictional characters are implemented, such as The Last Kingdom and Uhtred. But every now and then, I come across a story that I think is too important not to be shared, and it's a true story. And today I want to talk about the movie Hidden Figures. It's a movie that I've watched so many times and I absolutely love. Now, it tells the inspiring story of three African American women who made significant contributions to NASA during the early years of the US space program. Their work was pivotal in the success of the space race, but at the time their contributions were largely overlooked. So let's start with Katherine Johnson. So she was a mathematician, and her calculations of flight trajectories were crucial to the success of John Glenn's orbital flight in 1962. Her work was central to ensuring the accuracy of NASA's space missions, including the calculation of the trajectory for the first American in space, Alan Shepard, and the Apollo moon landings. She was known for her ability to solve extremely complex calculations by hand, and later in life, in 2015, she was recognised and given the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Our second incredible lady is Dorothy Vaughan. So she was a mathematician and a computer programmer. She was the first African American woman to become a supervisor at NASA, and she played a extremely pivotal role in the early days of the agency's computer division. She taught herself and her colleagues how to program the IBM computers that NASA started using in the 1950s, specifically the IBM 1790. She was a pioneer in transitioning NASA from paper calculations to computed ones and to computer programming, and she helped NASA adapt to the new technological era that they desperately needed to be in. So our last incredible female here is Mary Jackson. So Mary Jackson was an aerospace engineer, and she became NASA's first black female engineer. Initially, she also started as a mathematician, but she faced significant racial and gender barriers, but she was still so determined to progress and dominate in her career. She worked on projects related to aerodynamics and aircraft design. She made major contributions as well to improving flight safety. She later on became an advocate for women and minorities in STEM fields and helped to develop programs to encourage more people from underrepresented groups to join NASA's engineering and technical staff. For those of you who aren't familiar with STEM, it is science, technology, engineering and mathematics. And there are a lot of companies in the tech field who are trying to definitely encourage more women into STEM fields, or WISE, which is Women in Science and Engineering. It's really interesting, guys. Do look into it, it's fascinating. So these three women not only helped to break barriers in their respective fields, but they also came over racial and gender discrimination, which was prevalent in the 1960s. We've all seen and heard around the separate bathrooms, separate entrances, things like that. Their story really highlights the vital contributions that they made to NASA, they made to the space program, and to an extent they also made to the world. But it also shows the challenges that they had, the troubles that they had as well. Well, this movie is one of my all-time favourites. I watch it probably every 6 months because I have such respect for the women on the screen. I have such respect for the story, and every time I watch it I just want the best for them. So I really recommend that you guys go and watch this movie. It is incredibly moving and I think everyone should watch it. It highlights a lot more than what I've said, and I don't think you can really understand how impactful it is unless you watch it. Now, each woman was played by an absolute powerhouse of a woman, absolute force of nature. The casting is amazing in this movie as well. If we just put the story just aside for a second, the storytelling is amazing. The feel of the movie is amazing. There's no reason you guys shouldn't go watch it. But like I said, this is an actual true story. Watching this made me want to go and find out more about these women's lives, which I thought was just and when I did, it was just amazing. I keep using the word amazing because that is what it is. It is amazing. That's all I've got for this video, guys. Do let me know what you think of me touching on real historical figures that maybe you guys aren't aware of. Let me know what you think. If you've seen the film as well, let me know what you guys think and what you think of the story. Let me know what videos you want to see, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and I really don't want you to miss out on anything else we've got coming up. And until next time, you take care.